I've been playing fantasy football now for about 13 seasons. It sounds crazy to say, but this is my 13th season playing FPL. And I think game week 2 of the 2025-26 season might be one of my worst game weeks of all time, honestly. Not in terms of points, but just in terms of the repercussions of this week. I'm this close to hitting the wildcard button. I'm concerned about price changes. I'm concerned about injuries. I'm concerned about not having certain players in my FPL team. In today's video, we're going to run through last week's results, my predictions, see how many predictions we got right. I'm going to check my FPL team for next week, talk about that, talk about plans for my wildcard if I do end up hitting that panic button. And also, we're going to make our predictions for game week 3. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video for some big bets going on. Maybe not. We'll see. Let's get into the video, man. If you're new, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibes. And let's get into it. So starting off with last week's results, you can see on the screen right now my predictions from last week. We did end up going 6-4, I want to say, was the result. I have it on my phone. I don't know why I guessed this stuff. I can literally just look. So we did go 6-4. Let's run through each of the games. Chelsea 5, West Ham 1. Graham Potter might be the first manager to get sacked this season. He's got some serious competition with Ruben Amorim. He's definitely on his way out soon. I have a controversial opinion for who might be a third manager who might get sacked soon. We'll get to that later, but let's talk about West Ham Chelsea. This was the big blow for me this weekend in this game because Chelsea scored 5. Cole Palmer got injured in the warm-up. Cole Palmer is in my FPL team. He was my captain for this week. If he played, that would have been serious points for Cole Palmer. He definitely would have contributed towards some of these 5 goals, whether it be in scoring them or assisting them. But the big blow for me was João Pedro getting 15 points with a goal and 2 assists. If you know me, this is one of my favourite players in the Premier League. Since he's been at Brighton, he's been one of my favourite players in the Premier League. Never mind him being at Chelsea now. I love João Pedro. The fact he wasn't in my FPL team for a performance like this was really heartbreaking to see because everyone else in my mini league, pretty much everyone else had João Pedro, which was very disappointing for me. Also, I did have Sanchez in goal. Don't even know his first name. He doesn't even deserve to be pronounced by his first name, Sanchez. This guy's a fucking freak. This guy's terrible. Lucas Paquetá scored in like the 8th minute or something like that. Absolutely sensational strike from him. But the keeper, what is he doing? Absolute garbage man in goal. And he cost me a clean sheet because other than that, West Ham suck, bro. Shout out to this guy though who got the assist, El Hadj Malik Diouf. This guy is actually a good player. However, I'm just annoyed I didn't get a clean sheet there because I have Sanchez. A lot of people in my mini league have Cucurella. So even though Cucurella didn't get the clean sheet, he still got 5 points because he got an assist, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that was annoying to see. I did predict Chelsea for the win and getting into the early kickoff on Saturday. Spurs beat City 2-0. Now, I'm so disappointed I didn't have time last week to make an episode of the Burn Down, which is my game preview series, because I predicted this game perfectly. I said it in last week's video. I'm taking Spurs for the win. And I broke down a little bit in that video, not in depth, how Spurs would win this game. And it's exactly how I said it would go. Brennan Johnson on the score sheet too. I literally said that last week. Shout out to João Palhinha, by the way. This guy was at Fulham. He went to Bayern Munich, came back now. He's at Spurs. He looks sensational. Christian Romero looks great at the back as well. 5 mil for him on fantasy. That's a nice price. But also, surely this guy is in the... Yeah, there he is. This guy right here, bro. Sarr for Tottenham. This guy could be team of the season at the end of the season. This guy's looking so good right now. I think he could be a team of the season player by the end of the year. And now it's only game week 2. I don't want to jump the gun, but I genuinely think that Spurs could have a lot of players in the team of the season by the end. If Romero keeps playing like he's doing right now, if we see even Richarlison's going crazy. He's gone up 0.2 million on fantasy already. That's actually insane. And Spurs' next fixtures look good as well, so shout out to Richarlison. Shout out to me, though, for predicting that game correctly and putting Spurs on the Aka. Now, because Spurs were on the Aka and they were the early kickoff, I thought I was flying. I thought I was in for a big payday this weekend, but some other teams let me down. One team that did let me down, though, was Bournemouth. I did predict Bournemouth to win against Wolves. I think Wolves suck, and they proved it again against Bournemouth. Like, they're going down, possibly. They need to step the fuck up. I didn't even mean to swear there. But another assist for Semenyo. This is the reason I'm seeing major red arrows. Semenyo's owned by 21.8% of players in fantasy football. He's gone up 0.2 million from the beginning. 2 goals against Liverpool last week. an assist against Wolves. Another player like João Pedro that I'm a big fan of. Not as much as João Pedro, but I said in my burn down video, breaking down Liverpool versus Bournemouth, this is before the season even started. I said, watch out for Antoine Semenyo. 6'1", 172 pounds. Watch out for this guy. He's looking like a beast in the preseason. And here he is, killing it in the Prem already. And he's not in my team. If I wildcard this week, he's going in. Best believe that. But honestly, the players that impressed me most from Bournemouth are two new signings who I mentioned in the burn down episode 1 that we don't know how these guys are going to be coming into the new team. Bournemouth has sold their whole defence pretty much from last season, but they brought in Diakite to play at centre-back. 10 points for him this week in FPL. This guy is another contender for me, honestly, for team of the season. This guy is a really good defender. I don't think he'll actually get it this season, but maybe next season, bro. Watch out for him once he's settled into the Prem fully. This guy's like an honourable mention, but somebody I do think actually could break into the first team of the team of the season, other than Antoine Semenyo. He'll definitely be in there if he keeps this up. Adrien Truffert. This guy is looking like the truth. This guy's looking better than Kerkez. I'm saying it right now. This guy's better than Kerkez. Is that crazy to say? I don't know, but I'm saying it. I want to give Kerkez some slack. You know, his first game was against his old club. Second game was against an aggressive Newcastle team away. It was a rough start to his Liverpool career for him. We'll talk about Liverpool later because that's my team. But Adrien Truffert, watch out for this guy, team of the season, left back. I think it's going to be between him and Cucurella. They're like the best two left backs in the league right now, I think. I know it's early to say. I've only seen Truffert for 2 games, but the 2 games I have watched him, he gets balls in the box. His crosses are dangerous. He just needs somebody on the end of them. If Bournemouth had a different striker other than Evan Nielsen, I do like Evan Nielsen, but I do think some of the crosses that I'm seeing this guy put in, if Bournemouth still had Solanke, problems. Bournemouth should have won that game more than 1-0, by the way. They created so many chances and missed so many. Semenyo had about 2 that should have went in. So he could have got 2 goals and 1 assist. Another reason why I'm saying I need to get Semenyo in my FPL team, because he is looking like the man on fire this weekend. Now, the team that did let down the Aka, despite me having Chelsea, Spurs, Bournemouth, and I thought I was going well, I picked Aston Villa to win. They got beat 1-0 by Brentford. Brentford suck, by the way, but Aston Villa, you're looking like you're sucking. I said before, the top candidates for getting sacked this season already is Graham Potter, Ruben Amorim. At the time of recording, by the way, Ruben Amorim has just been beat by Grimsby. Grimsby Town. I don't even know if it's Grimsby Town or Grimsby United. But they've beat Man United. Man aren't even united over there. Man are divided over there in Manchester. Both Manchester clubs are shambles right now. What's going on? But the third guy, I think Job could be at risk. Not right now, but in maybe around January if signings don't get made. It's Unai Emery. I don't know what's going on at Aston Villa, but they look trash. They look like they might not score a single goal all season. I don't understand it, because they've got quality players there. The defence is good. Matty Cash, I like him as a fullback. Morgan Rogers, great last season. Supposed to be that guy this year. Not seeing it. Ollie Watkins, what are you doing? Score some goals. You're in both of my FPL teams. Score a damn goal. But Villa are looking like they're struggling right now, and they can't even make no signings because of the financial regulations. The only thing they can do is bring players in on loan, which isn't really going to help them right now unless they can get some good players in. I feel like they need wingers, bro. You know, they had, Diaby, Leon Bailey, Marcus Rashford, Marlon can play on the wing. Marlon's still there, I know, but they lost the other 3 that I mentioned. Asensio went back as well. And I feel like they've got no wide players. I don't know what I'm watching when I see Villa, but I've watched them twice so far this season and they look trash. But Brentford looked trash in game week 1. Game week 2 comes around. Dango Utara scores on his debut. New signing from Bournemouth. Also, fresh back into this squad, Mikel Damsgaard. Say what you will about this guy's hairline, but you can't doubt his footballing ability. This guy is class. He should have scored in this game too. I'm watching him play. Man, he is a joy to watch. Honestly, Damsgaard, he is a playmaker. He really is. He makes the plays. Next game, I got this one wrong too on the Aka and on my predictions. I said Sunderland or draw, double chance. You know, I had a 2 out of 3 shot and I lost. Burnley won 2-0. Cullen and Anthony goal and assist each for them. Them two looked great in this game. Sunderland, I'm sorry, this game was a proper championship game. You could tell that these were newly promoted sides. Jaden Anthony's looking like a good player, though. He might stay in this league if Burnley get relegated this season. That's my prediction for him. He's looking good, man. But Sunderland, after beating West Ham 3-0 in game week 1, I thought Sunderland might be a different team this year. You know, they've made a lot of signings, and I thought, yo, they've actually got a chance of staying in the Prem. After watching them against Burnley, they're a championship team still. Granit Xhaka in the midfield, he was great in game week 1. Game week 2, looked a bit, his legs. I don't know if he has the legs for Premier League no more, but we'll see. Big one here is Arsenal 5, Leeds 0. I did say Arsenal would win this game. I think, oh yeah, well done. You predicted Arsenal would beat Leeds. You know what I mean? Me Nan could have told you that. I absolutely hate the way Arsenal play, though. I hate watching Arsenal games. This one was better than game week 1, but watching Arsenal games, I feel like I want my view back. I feel like I want my time back. The 90 minutes spent watching these bums score from set pieces. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Score up an open play goal. And I know that they did that in this game. The Gyökeres one was absolutely terrible. Leeds, you suck. I'm saying it right now. You suck. You're going down. I predicted you to stay up in my predictions video. In fact, you might still stay up because Wolves suck, and so do West Ham. So there's a big battle of suckers at the bottom of this Premier League right now. But that first Gyökeres goal was actually embarrassing. You know what I mean? The guy runs like he's got stuff falling out of his pockets, and somehow he made a run down the line, cuts it inside, and finishes it. Get a grip, Leeds. That defending was terrible. Shout out to Saka. He got injured. I hope he's okay. He's got Liverpool next week, so maybe he might miss that game. That's a big one, obviously, for Arsenal. Ødegaard got injured as well. Wonder if he's going to be fit for the Liverpool game. But 2 goals for Gyökeres. I'm mad at Gyökeres, bro. Like, yeah, the celebration's sick. The celebration is sick. Let me be honest. That is fire. But the first goal was arse. The second goal, why are you taking the penalty off Darman? I don't care whose decision it was. If it was Arteta, if it's politics from the club to be like, this is our new signing, he needs to get the goals. Max Darman came on. He's like 14 years old, bro. This kid is a fucking embryo. Let him take the pen. He won it. Let him take it, lad. And if he misses, who cares? You're up 4-0. And it's the 90th minute. Let the baby take the penalty, lad. Also, just a weird game. Timber got a brace. What are we doing here? Calafiori got 2 assists. What are we doing here? Shout out to Declan Rice, though, because he's going to be a big player this year in fantasy football, I'm telling you. Now, Arsenal's next few fixtures are tough. Liverpool, Forest, City, Newcastle, they've got. That's a tough run for Arsenal right there. But they're looking so solid defensively, they might not concede more than 20 goals this season, max. Moving on into the Sunday games, another prediction I got wrong. I said Nottingham Forest would beat Crystal Palace. That game finishes 1-1. A late equaliser from Sarr. Just a dagger in the heart, really, you know. Not Forest looks so good in game week 1, but Crystal Palace are such a good defensive unit, man. I'm telling you, those guys know how to defend. That 5-back with Lacroix. I think I've just said his name right for the first time in my life. Mark Gahey is the truth. I can't wait till he's a Liverpool player because we need to get rid of that clown. But shout out to Ibrahima Konate, though. Moving on from that game, not much else to say other than Morgan Gibbs-White is one of the best players in the Premier League. He's a different class. Elliot Anderson is going to be the next £100 million English player to move to Real Madrid in the future. Everton's first game at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, though, they had to win this. Brighton had no business spoiling this party. 2 assists for big Jackie Grealish. He's back in the Prem. He's looking like he's back to himself. He's got freedom to play like an actual footballer, unlike what Pep Guardiola does to his wingers. I'm mad at Pep, by the way. Goals for Ndai and Garner. The Garner finish was nice, and Ndai is just a player. I've been saying this for years. Ndai, Iliman Ndai, serious player. Moving on, Fulham 1, Manchester United. You ever bit your teeth, bro? How do you bite your teeth that fucking hurt? Oh, man. Fulham 1, Man United 1. What is going on? What is going on? Bruno Fernandes missed a penalty. He should never have took that penalty, I'm sorry. You know, like with Arsenal letting Gyökeres, the new signing, take the pen. I know Fernandes is the pen taker and he doesn't really miss them. But that just felt like a script. Let one of the new boys take it. It's ironic I'm saying that when both of the new boys missed a pen against Grimsby last night. But I'm just saying. Smith Rowe with the goal. Iwobi assist. Arsenal rejects are beating Man United here. You know what I mean? Taking points off them. I had Man United to win this game, and I said, you need to win this game, Ruben Amorim. It's a must-win for you. People were like, why is it a must-win? It's game week 2. Like, there's no such thing as a must-win game week 2. Bro, they've dropped points there again. They were in the lead. They should have had a bigger lead. They've dropped points. They've gone to Grimsby in the cup and got knocked out the cup. Amorim, your job is on the line. You've got Burnley next week. Be careful. And finally, Newcastle 2, Liverpool 3. We are inevitable. You thought you could beat us. You thought you could bring it back. 2-2. Oh, yeah, we've got to get a point here. Nah, we are inevitable. Just when you thought it was over, we spawn in the next coming of Jesus fucking Christ, Lionel Messi regen, Rio, Ngumoa. This kid is the truth. This kid is the reason I'm buying FC26 and making a career mode series is for this kid right here. You should thank your lucky stars if you're watching this video right now as a fan of my career mode series. You should thank your lucky stars that this kid exists. Otherwise, you would not be getting a series in FC26. But thanks to this lad right here. Honestly, I don't even want to look at his face right now because every time I look at his face, I get sad. Now, I should be happy we won the game. You know what I mean? Assists from Salah and Gakpo. Salah got the assist. Of fucking course he did. Missing all games, still has a goal and an assist in both of his games so far. Salah, you're pissing me off, mate. But shout out to Ryan Gravenberch, by the way. That first goal is sensational. And Hugo Ekitike is an absolute vibe, boys. I can't lie to you. It feels good to have a striker who knows how to play striker. Darwin Núñez, I did love you as a character, but you were not a good footballer for us. Hugo Ekitike, though, that's my early prediction for PFA Player of the Year. I've got 5 on it. Word to Warren G. I fully thought that was a Warren G song. It's not. Shout out to Lunas. My bad, bro. Why did I think that was Warren G, bro? I'm getting it confused with Regulate. That don't even make no sense to no one. One thing I do want to point out, though, this guy right here, William Osula, he should have started the game. I'm sorry. Anthony Gordon, by the way, you're an idiot. I'm just saying it right now. I like Gordon too, despite him being an ex-Everton man. I wanted him to join Liverpool and replace Luis Diaz because I think Diaz was garbage and I like Anthony Gordon as a footballer. But mate, that red card on Van Dijk is absolutely horrendous. I'm sure he knows it, and I'm sure at the time it was just the emotions overcoming. Newcastle at home, they celebrate tackles, they celebrate throw-ins, they celebrate everything. Gordon would have been pumped up. He should not have flew in like that. He knows it. He's an idiot. He cost his team and he might cost them going forward now. However, Newcastle are deep on the wings despite not having many strikers. Alexander Isak, what's going on with him? William Osula is their current striker and only striker with Callum Wilson gone too. He should have started up front with Gordon on the wing, and I think going forward this season, Eddie Howe might look to do that because this guy actually looked good. We only seen him for 14 minutes and 1 minute against Aston Villa. But I think, watch out for him next week, starting against Leeds. Harvey Barnes on the left, Elanga on the right. Watch out for William Osula next week. That concludes our Game Week 2 picks, though. Let's have a look at our Game Week 2 FPL team. Now, I said it was one of the worst weeks that I've ever had in FPL, and I got 61 points. But this is the YouTube account. I'm more talking about my personal account where I'm in a paid league. Solid week for me over here. Ekitike, you know, we had João Pedro in there, and Dai got us a goal. Truffert clean sheet, Cucurella assist, Dubravka clean sheet, Estev on the bench. That's unfortunate. But we had Captain Cole Palmer. Obviously didn't play. Would have got major points against stinky West Ham. Vice Captain Ollie Watkins. Do something, please, Watkins. Otherwise, you're my next transfer out. Speaking of transfers out, Florian Wirtz, you need to start doing stuff, bro. You're a good player, but FPL, you don't get points for being a good player. I need goals and assists from Florian. Also, Cunha, this guy should have scored twice against Fulham. Should have scored once or twice against Arsenal too. It's actually crazy to me that he hasn't scored yet in the Prem for Man United. And he's gone up in price as well to 8.1 million. You've got Burnley at home next week. That's a game where you've got to score because you go to City and Chelsea next. But Brentford, Sunderland. Bro, Amorim needs to leg this 3-4-2-1 bullshit, bro. It's pissing me off, Amorim. Play 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. Any variant of that, and you'll be good. You'll be good, bro. Trust me. You'll be good. I don't know why he's so obsessed with this 5 at the back. It's bullshit, Ruben. You're never going to see this video, but I'm telling you right now, it's bullshit, lad. You've got the squad right there to win games. Change the damn formation. Play De Ligt and Lenny Yoro as a double at the back in a 4-back, and you're good to go. That's a good pairing at the back. Your midfield's dead right now. You play Casemiro and Bruno in a 2. That's got no balance to it at all. What you need to get in there, Casemiro, sit in front of those 2 centre-backs and don't fucking move, lad. Sit there and don't move. Either side of them, Bruno Fernandes as a playmaker, Kobbie Mainoo as box-to-box. Let him run round in a 3. Let him do that. He's on his way out the door at the minute. Let Kobbie stay and play in a 3 in the midfield and you'll be good. And then you're going to give me Brian Mbeumo on the right, Cunha on the left wing. Sounds a bit crazy, but he can play as like an inverted inside forward, you know, whatever. And Sesko up top. That's all you need, lad. And you're going to win games. And your fullbacks are shit anyway, so it doesn't matter who you put there, but still. I want to give a shout out to Aiden Heaven, though, for having one of the sickest names ever. Aiden Heaven. Yeah, you sound like Poochie's stand. But yeah, overall, a decent week. You know, 61 points. I made 1 transfer this week. I brought in Truffert for the injured Jeremy Frimpong. Getting into next week, though, it's looking scary because Palmer and Aït-Nouri are injured. Right now, we've got Rodon filling in. I brought in Semenyo. Let me show you the transfers that I've made already, because as soon as the deadline flipped, I did make a transfer, which was Ilman Ndiaye out and Semenyo in, because Semenyo was about to go up in price again. If we check the list view here, you can see Semenyo purchase price was 7.1 million. He's gone up to 7.2. I'm concerned about price drops for Cole Palmer. I think Aït-Nouri will go down before the deadline, but he's went up to 6.1, so we'll come back down to 6. We won't lose money. We'll lose money on Palmer if he drops, though. So I am considering the wild card just to take him out and not take a point hit. But the YouTube account is looking good, bro. I can't lie. I'm liking this team. There's only certain players that I'd want to get in the midfield. I'd actually want to swap out Palmer, Wirtz, and Cunha, all 3 of them, and Ollie Watkins. So there's 4 transfers I'm considering making. I think Cunha I'm giving more time to. But Wirtz, Palmer, Watkins, and Aït-Nouri, depending on the injuries, we might have to wildcard to make those 4 transfers there, because Watkins has Palace at home next. On paper, Cry brackets H looks like points on FPL, but realistically, it's not. They're a tough defensive team to break down, and Villa have not scored yet. They played Newcastle, who are decent defensively, and Brentford haven't scored. It's not looking good for Aston Villa right now. Now, this is my personal account and the team that I'm in a paid league on, which is why I'm considering hitting this wildcard button, because 36 points is crazy. Aït-Nouri got injured, subbed off only 1 point. Milenkovic conceded the last minute, so I lost the clean sheet points. Estev, shout out to you. Sanchez should have got clean sheet, so I was unlucky there with that point. I took a point hit to bring in Reinders. He looked arse against Tottenham, because what the fuck is Pep doing? Cherky, Reinders, it's not good. Play like he did in the first game. Reinders played as the attacking mid in the first game. Second game, he played deeper and Cherky was in the cam, which is not a good sign, I don't think, for FPL. So I might look to move on Reinders in a wild card. I've made money on him because I brought him in straight away. He's gone up 0.2. I've made 0.1 million on him. Cunha, Wirtz, I've already spoke about them in the other team, so I don't want to speak about them too much longer. But injured Frimpong on the bench, Dubravka clean sheet on the bench, heartbreaking. Captain Palmer, again, Vice-Captain Watkins, stinky. Ekitike, my boy. Chris Wood, we took a pointer to bring in Chris Wood, and he didn't score this week. But that's a long-term transfer because I fuck with Chris Wood, and I think he'll be good for me. Now, here's the transfers I did make. Like I say, week 1, or for game week 2 even, we took out Ilman Ndiaye to bring in Reinders, by the way. Ndiaye scored, got 8 points. Stinker from me. We brought in Chris Wood for Jared Bowen. I'm not mad at that Jared Bowen out because I saved 0.1 million because he was about to drop. So I'm not mad at that. But for next week, I've already made the transfer. Frimpong out. He was injured and dropping in price. I brought in Cucurella, the man who I said is probably going to be team of the season left back, with Adrien Truffert. I do want to get either Truffert or Diakite in this team because I think those two are just great options to have in FPL this season. They're going to get defensive contribution points, bonus points, and Truffert is going to end the season with at least 7 or 8 assists. But I have already brought in Cucurella for Frimpong, which means no free transfers. My YouTube account, which is the main account for this YouTube, this is my personal account, which I don't really show on here, but if I wildcard, I'll probably end up making the same team on both accounts going forward, just so it's easier for me to keep up with. It's only been 2 game weeks, and I'm already stressed trying to manage 2 teams at the same time. So if I do wildcard on either of these accounts, I'll make the same team, probably. But I've spoke about the wildcard. I've spoke about the players I'm looking to take out. Palmer, Aït-Nouri, Florian Wirtz, Cunha if he doesn't start scoring because United are struggling right now. Watkins too, maybe a shake-up in the defence. But what players am I considering bringing in on this wildcard? Let's break it down. Let's take a look at my current watch list for players in FPL. For the goalkeeper position, I'm fine with Sells right now. I like having the Forest defence covered because Forest are good defensively. Murillo is class. Milenkovic, great. Those two together as a centre-back pairing, one of my favourite pairings in the Premier League right now. I do have Vicario highlighted though because Tottenham look good under Thomas Frank, I can't lie. And their next few games, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Wolves, Leeds, Villa, Everton, that screams 8 clean sheets in a row. That wasn't even 8 games, but I want to consider bringing in a Tottenham defender. And I think Vicario is a good way to go because he gets points for his saves as well, which he's been doing well. So that's the one I'm thinking about for the goalkeeper. Dan Burn has been going crazy with defensive contribution points so far this season, 12 and 11 in his first 2 games. Defenders get 2 points for DEFCON defensive contributions when they hit 10 of them. He's covered that in 2 games already. He's looking on fire. He might continue that. And going forward, they have Leeds, Wolves, Bournemouth, Arsenal, Forest. This is big chance for Dan Burn to get big DEFCON points. Matty Cash I highlighted because I like his ability to get forward, maybe get some assists this season. Also, on paper, Villa have great fixtures up until like game week 7. You know, Burnley, Fulham, Sunderland, Everton, Palace. I read them in reverse order there. But Villa are looking like they're struggling. Villa are not looking good. So Matty Cash, I don't know if he's a good option right now, but I like the way he plays. When I do watch Villa, I'm seeing a spark from Cash. And I feel like it's cash money if you put him in your FPL team going forward from here. I've already spoke about Truffert. I've got Truffert, so I'm not going to consider Diakite on this account. But still, watch out for Diakite for his DEFCON, his defensive contribution points. I want to highlight that actually. How many has he got so far? Every time I watch Bournemouth, it feels like he covers 10 in both of his games so far. He got 9 against Liverpool, so very close to getting bonus points, didn't get them. And he got exactly 10 against Wolves, and Wolves suck. So to get 10 DEFCON against a bad team is great. He's playing Tottenham next week. Tottenham good going forward. I expect him to hit that necessary 10 defensive contribution points. Looking at midfielders, then you can see the list above my head right now. And the thinking here is if we go big in the defense, and I'm considering Watkins to Haaland, which will take up a lot of money and take a lot of money out of that midfield, but we can create that money by taking out Florian Wirtz, replacing him with one of these shortlisted midfielders here. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, they're more there for the DEFCON points, but Enzo Fernandez is liable to get a goal or an assist every so often. And I said in my preseason team building video, watch out for Caicedo. He's going to get you a goal this season at some point. He averages 1 goal a season. He's got that 1 goal already. I just know ball. It's a shame my FPL team doesn't, but I literally predict the future in these videos. It just doesn't come across my FPL team because I can't own everybody. Declan Rice I've spoke about. Maybe not so much on the DEFCON side of things, but he takes set pieces. He's got 2 assists in 2 games so far this season, and he's taken Arsenal set pieces despite being like 6'3". Get yourself in the box, Declan. But if he continues to take set pieces, the way Arsenal is set up to only score from set pieces, I think Declan's a good pick in your FPL team. I really sound like my dad right now. We've got Reinders on there, but again, I wouldn't mind even taking out Reinders, getting that 0.1 million back, bringing in Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson's one of my favourite players in the Premier League right now. He's class. He's class. DEFCON points galore. Might chip in with an assist and goal every now and then because he's that good. He's going to play the full 90. And in the same vein, Morgan Gibbs-White, he's just a different class when you watch him against these other teams. Bro, watch out for when Forest play against the championship teams this year because Gibbs-White's going to go crazy. He's a different class. Against a championship midfield, he's going to have a field day. Are you kidding me? And last but not least, the forwards. I just mentioned I'm considering Haaland. I've already got Chris Wood in the team. But Richarlison, bro, he's playing well. He's playing out of his skin right now. He's playing like he wants to get in that World Cup squad for Brazil. And he might just go ahead and do it. From here, though, let's talk about predictions for Game Week 3. Getting into the games, the match breakdown, the predictions, the accumulator building. Early kickoff, Chelsea-Fulham. Give me Chelsea. Easy pick. I don't care if Cole Palmer's injured or not. If he is injured, Estevao has to start again. That Estevao kid looked great against West Ham. And João Pedro, I might just take a pointed just to get him in the team because I fuck with João Pedro heavy. But then who do I take out? Chris Wood or Ekitike or Watkins? It's got to be Watkins. But I guarantee you the minute I take Watkins out of my FPL team is the minute he scores. It's just the way it goes, bro. 3 o'clock games, we have Man United Burnley. I must win for Man United. Give me Man United. But I low-key want Burnley to win. Then Amarim will get sacked and somebody else can come in and play 4-3-3 with United and we can see Cunha get FPL points. And I also want Burnley to win because of a certain someone who supports Burnley. Shout out to you. I shout you out every episode. But it's going to happen for 38 game weeks. Get used to it. I doubted Burnley last week as well. And you know what I mean? I said Sunderland or draw. They ended up winning. So shout out to Burnley. Maybe I go with Burnley. Nah, I'm not. We're going Man United to win. 3 o'clock game here, Spurs, Bournemouth. I'm sad that that's at 3 o'clock, so it's not on TV because I really want to watch that game. If I managed to do an episode of the Burn Down this week, it would have been on Spurs, Bournemouth, I think. But it'd have to be Liverpool, Arsenal, won't it? Nah, I don't even care. We're not doing the Burn Down this week again. I've been too busy. Chat, I'm sorry. Shout out to everyone who loved episode 1 of the Burn Down. I loved making it. I'll definitely do one for game week 4. But getting into game week 3, I'm picking Spurs to win against Bournemouth. I just think the midfield's a different class. I really like Bournemouth, like I've said. And Spurs are just looking great right now. I'm going Spurs. Would not be surprised if this ends in a draw, though. But I think Tottenham will just win the battles in the midfield. I think Sarr and Palinha are just... It's that team. You know what I mean? That they're those guys who are going to run the show. Compared to Bournemouth's midfield, I don't know if Justin Kluivert is 100% match fit yet. And if he's not, it could be problems because Bournemouth need a ball carrier. Spurs low-key need a ball carrier too, though. It's disappointing that they didn't get Eze. I would have loved to have seen Eberechi Eze in this team in a number 10. Actually been able to carry the ball. When I was watching Spurs last week against Man City, the one thing I kept saying to myself was, Spurs are looking good and defensively so solid, but man, they need a ball carrier they can give the ball to carry it upfield. They really do. They need a point guard. You know what I mean? And they've failed to get Eze. They failed to get someone else. I think they might go for Xavi Simons now, who wants to go to Chelsea. So they're probably going to fail there too. But they need a point guard. Go and get Rajon Rondo. You know what I mean? Number 9, Rondo. Go get him, bro. Number 9, Rondo. That's the type of player that Tottenham need right now. He's out playing American football. He's not even an American footballer. I'm sure he'll come and play footy for Spurs. Moving on, though, a proper 3 o'clock game here. Sunderland-Brentford. Ah, man, this is a tough one to predict, and it's not going on the archive, but give me Mikkel Damsgaard anytime goal or assist. As for the game result, though, I don't want to pick draw. Picking a draw is just boring. I'm going Sunderland or Brentford, double chance. Watch it be a draw. Wolves versus Everton. Everton away from home. The high of the Hill Dickinson Stadium has come crashing down already. They just won in the cup there, fair play, but would have been nice to see that stadium again. But they're going away to Wolves now. The Everton of the past, I would fade them in this position. I think this is a perfect spot to fade Everton. Wolves get their first points of the season and get a result against Everton. However, Jack Grealish, Tyler Diblin, Ilman Ndiaye, give me Everton to win away from home against Wolves. I said Everton would finish top 10 this season, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. But the Everton of last season, I would have 100% faded them in this position and picked Wolves. But do not be surprised if this is 1-1. Do not be surprised. I just don't know who's going to score the goals for Wolves. That's the thing. 5:30 game, Newcastle Leeds. Now, after the red card for Anthony Gordon, I was so tempted to pick Leeds to win in this position. Newcastle without a striker. But I just said, don't be surprised to see Osula come in, start up front, bag a goal or two. I'm picking Newcastle to win away to Leeds. I think Newcastle's defence is just too good for this Leeds attack. You know, I shouted to Ao Tanaka. I like that guy. Yeah, in the midfield. He's everywhere. Distance covered. 20. But I'm picking Newcastle, bro. And I'm picking Osula to score 1, maybe 2. Sunday games, Brighton, Man City. Brighton, you guys look terrible. I'm sorry. But Man City, you need to swerve this offside trap. The same way Man United need to swerve this 3-4 fuck off formation. City need to swerve the offside trap. I think it's Pep Linder's doing, trying to make them play like Liverpool playing offside trap in their own half or at the halfway line. City don't have the players for it. John Stones is not that guy anymore. I'm picking City to win, but I'm also picking Mitoma Kauru anytime goal or assist. Give me that. Forest at home to West Ham, 2 o'clock on a Sunday. That screams 2-0 to Nottingham Forest. West Ham suck. They've just been beaten in the cup by Wolves. West Ham, just get relegated already, please. I'm picking Forest. Gibbs White, go crazy. Wood, go crazy. The big one here, though, 4:30 on Sunday, is Liverpool at home against Arsenal. This game, I can't lie, screams of 0-0. It screams of 0-0, but I'm picking Liverpool to win. It's my team. Arsenal, fuck you guys. You might score from a corner. It might end up being 3-3 or 2-2, actually, more likely than a 0-0. Arsenal don't really concede that much, though. It's probably going to finish 1-1 or 2-1, and I'm going to say it's 2-1 to Liverpool. We get a jammy last-minute goal, and the goal's going to come in the 96th minute. Arsenal's going to have a corner. They're going to whip it in. Somebody's going to throw an inflatable on the pitch. An inflatable life-size Alexander Isak naked inflatable. And someone's going to throw that on the pitch. Declan Rice's corner is going to hit the inflatable. Bounce out to Mo Salah. Mo Salah's going to run down the other end of the pitch. And it's going to be Calafiori chasing him down. Calafiori does not have the pace to catch Mo Salah. Salah could square it to Dominic Szoboszlai. He decides to take the shot anyway. It hits the post. Then Salah gets the rebound and scores the rebound. That's my prediction for how the game's going to end. Liverpool win 2-1. Aston Villa against Crystal Palace. Villa, you guys stink. And I might regret picking this. I'm picking Crystal Palace to win this game away from home. It might be 1-0. It might be 2-0. But I think Villa go scoreless again. Simply because I'm leaving Ollie Watkins in my team. In fact, this prediction for this game, it will be decided by whether I wildcard or not on FPL. If I wildcard, I'm taking Ollie Watkins out of my team, and in that case, he will score, and Villa will beat Palace. However, if I don't wildcard and leave Ollie Watkins in my FPL team, give me Palace to win 3-1 away from home. Crystal Palace, that's a good spot to buy them. Mark Guéhi, Lacroix, it's a few days away. Who knows if Guéhi's transfer to Liverpool will be done by then. I hope not, because I'm picking Palace on the Aka. Let's go. Well, there is my Game Week 3 team selection in FPL and predictions. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Any American fans watching this right now, or NFL fans, I should say, the NFL show's back. Best believe that. Me and Q with our preseason predictions. Next week, our boy Crab should be joining us too for the 3-man trio. Back in triple threat match. Week 1 predictions for the NFL. I love sports so much. I love getting to talk about sports. And man, it's just so fun. We're going to have the Premier League show running. The Burn Down, hopefully maybe an episode a week of that. And also the NFL pick show is back. I can't wait, man. If you have enjoyed this video, though, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know the vibes. Dreamers country. Let's ride. Take it easy, people, man.